Vanakkam, Jai Sitaram. This year on December 27th, Web of Life Makers is releasing Valmiki Ramayana book, a holistic English translation, along with comparative study of various readings and different Ramayanas in various regional languages. Due to the interest of avid readers on the magnum opus Srimad Ramayana, many queries have come to us. I am presenting a compendium of such queries to Dr. Ranganji here, the honorable author of this book being released by Web of Life Makers. Dr. Ranganji renders Ramayana discourses across various places in India and abroad. He has published multiple books regarding Ramayana. He has committed his life for the sake and purpose of the very Ramayana. He is established and is running a Gurukula for Vedas and Ramayana. Worldwide, he is also conducting hundreds of Ramayana classes and study circles. I am Shrikant. I am also a participant in various Ramayana classes. I have been studying Ramayana under the guidance of Dr. Ranganji for over 18 years from 2001. I work as a manager in Titan Company Limited, a reputed public limited company, and I am based out of Bangalore. Welcome, Dr. Ranganji. Thanks for giving us this time. To start with, the book getting released on the December 27th, it seems to be having a comparative study of a variety of Ramayanas. Can you please tell us about this comparative study?
Our Ramayana edition will have 10 volumes, in which first 6 volumes are dedicated for 6 kandas of Maharshi Valmiki's Ramayana. 7th volume will deal with Pata Vedas, comparative study of different readings of Ramayana. Last 3 volumes, that is 8th, 9th and 10th volume, makes a comparative study of different versions of Ramayana. That is Kampa Ramayana, Tulsi Ramayana, so on and so forth. There are varieties of Ramakathas. Here in these 3 volumes, what we do is we take every event of the story of Rama, say starting from the description of Ayodhya, how Ayodhya is described in Valmiki's literature, how Ayodhya is described in Kampan's literature, Rama-avatar. Starting from that point till the end, the coronation ceremony of Rama, the celebration, how this is described in Ekanath's Bhavartha Ramayana. In every event, all Ramayanas or Ramakathas are taken and they are presented, not only presenting, comparative study of all these Rama stories, and why, if at all, there are changes in retellings, why the authors had made these changes, what made them to alter in several places. All these kinds of descriptions can be found in last 3 volumes. Every event of Ramayana is taken for that. Sita Kalyanam, marriage of Sita, how it is described in Kritiva's Ramayana of Bengali, Balram Das Ramayana of Orissa, Gujarati Ramayana of Giridhar. In this way, every event is dealt in these 3 volumes.
It's really interesting. I think it will be a very detailed research work. It sounds really like that. How many Ramayanas exist?
In fact, we cannot count in that way because Sri Ramachandra has crores and crores of bhaktas, devotees. They all feel to extol Rama, they all feel to write something on Rama. Therefore, here we can't say that only this much of Ramakathas are there, not more than that. Almost in all languages of India, we have several dozens of Ramayanas. And that's how it grows. Nobody can stamp it. This much of Ramayanas, Ramakathas alone exists. We can't tell that.
It's really amazing. Must be a lot many Ramayanas which is quite unknown to a lot of people. But tell me, why do so many Ramayanas exist?
Yeah, with, any story which is interesting and also didactic, aesthetic and didactic. Regarding Ramayana, it is both. To any story which has some message or which is very interesting, we expect various versions. Um, it's, for example, Plutarch in his book called Lives writes about Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar's history he records. Julius Caesar is historical. He's not just a myth. Later, Shakespeare writes a couple of dramas regarding the historical happenings. Julius Caesar, Antony and Cleopatra. In the retelling of Shakespeare, we expect some alterations according to Shakespeare's mood, Shakespeare's aesthetic sense. Few things get changed. Shakespeare's work is in drama pattern. Well, while Lives of Plutarch is just a historical record, so you see some changes there. Later, after Shakespeare, somebody came like Dryden, who wrote the same story of Cleopatra, Antony, and all for love. Okay, and after that, Bernard Shaw came. He wrote Caesar and Cleopatra. If you see all these literary works, you can see the authors alter few events of the story, and generally people or the readers they invite such kind of varieties. It shows only the creativity of these literary genius. In the same way, of course, regarding Rama, he's an icon, one of the largest icons of the world, and he is inbuilder of the hearts of crores and crores of people. So we really expect different varieties, and that's how various Ramayanas have come.
Interesting. But some people nowadays they say we could say anything and get away with the name of Ramayana. In fact, there is no center to Ramayana. Say some. There is no strong story. Whoever can write whatever in the name of Ramayana. This is how the trend is going on today. Only Rama and Sita are required to be in common. Rest all can be as per the imagination of the author. This is what we hear some people are saying today. What do you think of that?
Some writers, some storytellers, tale-tellers, they make an attempt to deform Ramayana in this way, but up to our time they are getting failed, of course. But the early writers of Ramakatha, they were not like that. They did not write to deform Ramakatha or Ramachandra. They just, due to their devotion, they wrote Ramayana. Alterations, I said, due to their creative genius and due to the same reason, devotion, they do that alteration. But we can't say that there is no center. Here, I think that center means there is some common strong story. You said, right? That
Yeah.
strong word. We can't say that because many things are common. What is not common to me? So many things are common. How the story starts, Ayodhya, Kosala kingdom. Okay, there the king Dasharatha ruled. Dasharatha is common. For all Ramayanas, as you said, Rama is common. His wife is Sita, she is common in all Ramayanas. Rama's father is Ravana. Is it coming like that? No. In any Ramayana? No. Rama's father is always Dasharatha. It's common. And Rama's mother is always Kausalya. Kaikeyi, the stepmother. She had affection to Rama, yet unfortunately her mind got corrupted for a time while, and she sent Rama to the forest to keep the word of his father, to guard the truth. Rama went to forest. All these are common in all Ramakathas. And in the forest, he met Guha. Almost this is common. He stayed at Chitrakoot and he dwelt in the forest. Almost these are all common. And there he saw the Holocaust committed by Rakshasas and swore that he would destroy these terrorists who are responsible for this Holocaust. This is also almost common, except probably one or two literary works like Dhammapata. What is that? Not Dhammapata. Dasharatha Jatakam, a small chapter in Tripitaka. There, it's a Buddhist version of Ramayana, and it stops up to Rama's exile. It doesn't talk about war of Rama and Ravana, Sita's objection. After Rama going to the forest, he spends there for several years and comes back to take the kingdom due to the respect of Bharata. That's how they narrate, skipping the story of Ravana. That's fine. But in all other Ramakathas, you see Rakshasas, objection of Sita, and Rama was in search of Sita. Rama was in deep love with Sita. He gathered the army. This is common. He sent Hanuman. It is common. It is Hanuman who found Sita Devi in Lanka, not Angada. In Valmiki Ramayana, Hanuman found, and in Thoravai Ramayana, Angada found. No, it is always Hanuman who found, who discovered, found Sita Devi in Lanka. This is common. And it is Vibhishana who came to Rama. It's not that in some other Ramayana, Ravana came and took refuge in Rama. And Rama, having side with Ravana, destroyed Vibhishana and crowned Ravana. No Ramayana tells like that. Vibhishana's coronation is common. Rama coming back to the native and taking the kingdom, accepting the kingdom is common. The whole story is common. Why there is no center? The whole story is common. Here and there, the devotees, due to their devotion, due to their historic sense, they tend to alter some conversation. For example, Kausalya tells like this, and another writer may describe in another way. Kausalya tells in another way. One may say, another may say in another way. That's how few alterations are made by the authors, but the center is, they did not miss the center. Certainly, the story is very strong, and it has both, it gives place to variety also. At the same time, the story has a grip also, story is very strong also. So we can't tell that anybody can dilute in the name of Ramakatha. But nowadays, uh, some writers having an agenda of diluting Indian culture. They, in the name of propagating Ramayana, some, not all, they say that anything can become Ramayana, anything can be told in the name of Ramayana, that becomes Ramayana. It's a kind of deforming the epic, the story.
You said because of aesthetic sense, some authors alter certain portions of Ramayana. Uh, what are the demerits of those kind of alterations?
Of course, demerits are there, though alterations are made mainly due to devotion, not due to any negative agenda. Demerits are there. Probably those who alter, they themselves may not know that by this the story is going to become victim of the alterations. Is that a famous story regarding Shabari is running. Shabari is biting the fruits. After tasting, she gives to Rama. Throughout India, in many places, many narrate this story. It's fine. I also enjoy the story. Because the story is filled with devotion, here devotion, bhakti is very much emphasized. And regarding bhakti, these things can happen. So this is fine. But whether it is fine or not, but the fact is that it is not found in Maharshi Valmiki's literature. Valmiki portrays Shabari in a different way. Shabari is described as a great woman of austerity. No doubt she belongs to a hunter clan, as her very name suggests. Shabari is a common noun, it's not a proper noun. Shabara is a hunter clan, foresters. So Shabari belongs to that, yet Valmiki describes her as a woman of austerity, woman of Shishtachara, practicing penance in the ashrama of Matanga, getting initiation from her guru. That's how the story goes. So Valmiki doesn't portray that Shabari who bites the fruit and gives to. Even though she is a Shabara, she belongs to hunter clan. Why not? Why can't hunter clan, can't they practice Shabari's kind of austerity? No, it's not like that. If they are also interested in spirituality, if they are also true aspirants, Matanga kind of gurus, they accept them. That's what Ramayana shows. And she is called as Shamani, Shabari Nama. She is a great tapasvi, and she had her own anushtanas, Pratasnana and all. Such a kind of Shabari is depicted in Maharshi Valmiki's literature. But for the sake of showing Shabari's deep devotion, or for the sake of showing Rama's saulabhya, simplicity, Rama is down to the earth, to show this, some great souls introduced this element. Shabari is biting and giving to Rama. Fine. I was just searching for how old the story is, because throughout India the story is heard. How old this story is? Because this story we see in the song of Saint Tyagaraja. This story we see with Nabadas also in North India. This story can be found in Jagmohan Ramayana of Orissa. How old this is? Before several centuries, I, I think that in my knowledge, this literature must be the first one to talk about this story. A great soul named Sri Jananyacharya, he wrote commentary for Sri Vachana Bhushanam, which is called as Ipodi. In that commentary, he talks about Shabari's bite of fruits. That's fine. Then gradually, the story grows. Sheer due to the devotion, he narrates that. No other agenda. Story grows. Perhaps after a few centuries, before a century, in story, few more elements are added. What's that? While Shabari is biting and giving, Lakshmana becomes angry with Shabari, and Rama makes Lakshmana to understand that love is very important. All those things are coming. Okay. Lakshmana's rage was not there before. That element is added. Recently, by these, what we can call them, deformists, yes. By these deformists, few more elements are added. Lakshmana became angry and he took the sword. Hey, what are you doing? You don't know the palace manners? He is from the great Ikshaku lineage, this Rama, and you are biting and giving these fruits. Lakshmana is scolding Shabari by swaying a sword. Rama stops him and consoles him, and Rama makes Lakshmana to understand Shabari's devotion. That's how these deformists portray, right? What's the agenda? Um, the characters around Rama, if they are portrayed in a dark light, further, people can tolerate because anyhow Rama is not condemned. Only to show Rama's greatness, Lakshmana is little belittled. So, by this, people having this in mind, people may tolerate this. Fine. What's the agenda? Let me tell you. We see a textbook in USA, school textbook. School children are learning Ramayana, Indian culture, Ramayana. In that, the story comes. Shabari is biting the fruit and giving to Rama. Then Lakshmana becomes ferocious. The story comes. After this story, some questions. What will happen if you will be Shabari there? How will you respond to Lakshmana's rage? That kind of questions. All these things gradually deteriorate. First it deviates and then it deteriorates from the original epic. Unpredictably it can come. And so take for example in Thoravai Ramayana, I don't know why he retold in this way. In Valmiki's Ramayana, in other Ramayanas also, Vanaras went in search of Sita Devi. They were just searching for Sita, only that much. But in Thoravai Ramayana, it was almost described as like conquest. Vanaras roamed around the world, wherever they went, in all these kingdoms, they fought with the kings there. They threatened those kings. Such kinds of things are not there. in Valmiki's Ramayana. Yeah, in Valmiki's Ramayana, Angada kills a Rakshasa in the way. Who attacked Angada, of course. But nowhere in Valmiki's Ramayana we find that Vanaras are attacking all the kings of the world, threatening them. In Valmiki's Ramayana, for example, Vanaras go and follow they see first of all Swayamprabha. While they are seeing Swayamprabha, they understand her to be a woman of austerity, therefore they fall at her feet, seeking her blessings. And they are asking, why are you doing tapasya here? Why are you here? That's how it goes. Why to change the story, I don't know. In Thoravai Ramayana, it comes in a different way. They go and threaten Swayamprabha. Tell us, who are you? Otherwise, we will destroy you. In that way, it comes. By these kinds of retellings, deviations and deteriorations can happen. So,
Interesting. I think it's very important for us to sometimes stay true to the authentic versions.
true, true. That's why in our book, regarding these deviations also, wherever demerits have come, those are also recorded.
Okay.
And we have shown that. And in those places, we have, what to say, we have viewed these kinds of deviations in a critical way. That also is there in our text. At the same time, we also appreciate the creativity of authors when they, even though they deviate, if they do it through the pure devotion and especially if it's for dharmic purpose, then in this book we appreciate that too.
Yes, so it's a very balanced way of calling out both the merits and the demerits. So you say that the book is a comparative study of varieties of Ramayana. Can you please talk about it in a bit more detail? For example, Kamban says that Sita loved Rama even before the wedding, when she met Rama the first time. But Valmiki doesn't talk about it. Can you please throw more light on such things?
Yeah, yeah. Even before marriage, the love of Sita and Rama started. Here is a hint in Valmiki's Ramayana for that. Anyhow, um, Rama strings the bow only to win the hands of Sita. That itself is Rama's love to Sita. Because Janaka promises in the court, if anybody strings the bow, I will offer my daughter, Swayambara. Rama listens to it, then only he goes and strings the bow. There itself, Rama's love is expressed. So, based on that, many poets, not only Kamban, many great poets, they are talking about the love before marriage, the love of Sita and Rama before marriage. Even before Kamban, Tribangri is describing the same love of Sita and Rama before marriage in the same way in which Kamban described. Sita is getting seated on upstairs, Rama is coming. The royal street, Sita is glancing Sri Rama. That's how Tribangri beautifully describes, which is reflected in Kambaramayan. And even before Kamban, Bhavabhuti has a love story of Sita and Rama before marriage. That is in a quite different way, though it's not famous. In Mahavira Charitam, Maharshi Vishwamitra is inviting Janaka Maharaja for yajna. Janaka could not come. He sends Kushabdwaja, his brother. With Kushabdwaja, Sita and Urmila also go. There, for the first time, Sita sees Rama and Rama's valor, Rama's bravery, fight with Maricha. Then she develops some passion to Rama, and that passion blossoms further on seeing Rama's grace on Ahalya, Rama's way of accepting Ahalya. So here she sees humanity and her love further grows. That's how Bhavabhuti describes that. In Ramcharitamanas, it's in a different way. It's called as Vatika Prasang. Rama comes to the garden of Janaka Maharaja. It's a beautiful grove with various blossoms. Rama comes with Lakshmana there, and Sita Devi comes with her friends to do Durga Puja. And there they meet each other. A very long description. Rama's conversation with Lakshmana after this. What Lakshmana tells Rama, and there how friends of Sita make fun of Sita after seeing this Rama. All these things are beautifully described by Tulsidas. In fact, even before Tulsidas, in Ramcharitamanas, what we see in the name of Vatika Prasang is just a reflection of what is already found in Jayadeva's Prasanna Ragam. Jayadeva's Prasanna Ragam has a detailed description of the meeting of Sita and Rama in Janaka's grove. The same thing is beautifully described by Sant Tulsidas also in Ramcharitamanas. And there is Ram Katha called Bhusundi Ramayana. There it comes in a very different way. Like Nala and Damayanti, Rama comes to know a lot about Sita, therefore he falls in love with Sita in Ayodhya itself. And he writes a love letter and he ties that letter to the leg of a dove. The dove goes to Sita. Sita sees that letter and then she sends back a letter. Please send me your photograph, that is picture. In this way, some conversations through the dove. That's how it goes. Rama Bhaktas, they celebrate the pure love of Sita and Ramachandra in all these different ways. Fine. This is how different versions come, generally due to aesthetic sense and the devotion. Fine.
Can you tell more details about the comparative study?
Few more examples we can tell. This comparative study of different retellings can show this, it can be linked to the flow of Indian history. That's very interesting. All these retellings are just the reflections of their own time. The differences, the changes occur, the alterations occur, either through the description of some regional happenings or based on time. Take for example, if you go through Sita Kalyanam, Sita's wedding in Kritivas Ramayana, you can feel a Bengali marriage there. If you go through Bhavartha Ramayanam's Sita Kalyanam, it's more Vedic. Meticulously, Sant Ekanath, probably being a Brahmin, wrote a detailed Sita Vivaha based on the Vedic rituals. All Vedic rituals are described there by Sant Ekanath. That's interesting. You feel you are reading Grihya Sutra there. And even though Ekanath elaborates the Vedic rituals of Sita Vivaham, Sita's marriage, he also adds several regional elements of marriage, Maharashtra elements of Vidarbha or Maratha elements of marriage he adds. Those are all interesting. So in this way, different kinds of Sita Vivaha, Sita's weddings are described in different literary works. That's fine. And time bound also, based on time, the retellings also alter. For example, Dasharatha. Dasharatha wishes to crown Rama after him. For that, he gathers the people in the court. Valmiki describes how the common people are also there in the court, and their representatives are there with that huge gathering. Dasharatha is asking, can I crown, can I coronate my son? Please tell me. This is how Valmiki goes. But in due course of time, the later literary works start to reflect the later India. Gradually, this kind of a democratic element starts to gradually diminish. In later few Ramayanas, Dasharatha counsels only with a few ministers, not with all the subjects. And in later texts, further later texts, you see Dasharatha counsels only with Maharshi Vasishta and five more ministers. See, here we can find that the literature is the mirror of time. Okay, that's the thing. It shows, Maharshi Valmiki's literature shows here the past glory of India, our ancient India, how democratic elements were very much predominant in the kingship. That is depicted by Maharshi Valmiki very clearly. This is one example. In due course of time, how the things can get changed. Let me give another example. Guha. The friendship of Guha and Rama. In Valmiki's Ramayana, it's not new. Sri Rama was even from his childhood days. Rama is a friend of Guha, and they are very close friends. Ramasya Atma Samasakha. Guha is taken to be equal to Rama. They are very intimate too. Nowhere in Valmiki's Ramayana it's described that Guha is not familiar to Rama. When Rama goes to the forest, up to Chitrakuta, up to Rama's crossing the border of Kosala kingdom, everybody knows Rama. Everybody very much knows Rama. That's how Valmiki describes. Nowhere, nobody says who is he, why he is going like this. No. But such kind of descriptions come in later literary works, which clearly shows that in the ancient India of Ramayana, kings had very strong contact up to their boundaries, so that the people up to the boundary of their state or kingdom, they are familiar with the king or prince. A forester called Guha is a very intimate friend, can be a very intimate friend and equal friend for the son of an emperor. Those were the good days in which this could happen. And it's not that only when Rama comes to the forest, Guha befriends with Rama. Even before that, Rama had a habit constantly to visit the boundaries of Kosala kingdom, having contact with these foresters, befriending with them. All these things we can see in Valmiki's literature reflecting his own time, Valmiki's own time. But in due course of time, Guha's and Rama's meet becomes a first meet. That's how it goes. In all these aspects, we can see that we can realize first we can understand that how these literatures that run in the name of the story of Rama remain as mirrors of time. Second, we understand the past glory of India by seeing all these things.
Wonderful. I mean, they say old is gold. So really, the past glories is, and it's very powerful. The message you gave now. I mean, really, the literature. It's a mirror of time as well as space. It talks about
Yeah.
different cultures.
Time as well as space. Nice, nice.
So the social fabric is very clearly explained. Very nice. Do you have anything more to say about the various Ramayanas?
Definitely. First of all, language. In all Indian languages, we have Rama story. Several literary works are there. And it's not that in this language, this Rama story also is there. No. The literature that runs in the name of Ramayana becomes a very vital contribution to that language. As if that literature is shaping the whole language. Even Sanskritam is like that. Maharshi Valmiki's contribution is extraordinary in Sanskrit. That's why he is called as Adikavi. We are not calling him as Adikavi. Even long, long ago, Kalidasa calls Valmiki as Adikavi. Kavir Adyasya Shasanam in Raghuvamsha. Even before that, in Mahabharata, Maharshi Vyasa is calling Valmiki as Adikavi, Proktam Chaiva Adikavina in Dronaparva. He quotes a verse of Ramayana and says this is from Adikavi. So, his contribution to Sanskritam, perhaps it's, in my view, it's even greater than Panini. How to use this language in our transactional world. Valmiki had made the language more systematic, more organized. Before that, we see Chandasa, it's wonderful. For some intuitive expressions, Chandasa is wonderful, no doubt in it. But Maharshi Valmiki is shaping up this language. I think that he is not only shaping up a Sanskrit language, in one way he shapes of all languages of India. Let me tell you one thing. In my experience, I have seen many readers of Valmiki's Ramayana, even without having Sanskrit knowledge, if somebody starts to read Ramayana, if he makes one Samrajya Pattabhishekam, means if he reads Ramayana for 24 or 25 times, surely he starts to understand the epic. Even without properly learning the language Sanskritam, he easily starts to understand the language of Valmiki. It's very interesting. How it happens? I was just thinking. It's because almost in all languages of India, many words used by Maharshi Valmiki are used. in their day-to-day life. Therefore, when we make the epic familiar, even without the knowledge of Sanskrit, we start to gradually understand. Many words used by Valmiki are used now in our day-to-day life also, in all languages of India almost. Okay. It's not that Valmiki picked up all the words from many languages and used in his epic. I don't think so. It's not. Most of the languages, most of the existing languages were not there at the time of Valmiki, at least in this form. Okay. But Valmiki's impact is so strong that people of India, in their languages, they use many words used by Maharshi Valmiki. This is a contribution of Valmiki in the field of language. It doesn't stop only with Valmiki. There are few languages in India. To shape up that language, to culture that language, Rama's story was used, okay, to form Bengali language, okay, to culture that language, to better to say, to enrich that language. Krittivasa wrote Ramakatha, Rama Panchali, its name is. And that's why Krittivasa is very much celebrated as Pandita Raja. Madhava Kandali is celebrated as Kaviraja because he is a forerunner for the poetries of Assamese language. If Valmiki is Adikavi of Sanskritam, Madhava Kandali is Adikavi of Assamese language. Assamese. Kamban is a very, very vital contribution in Tamil language. That's why Subramanya Bharati adds Kamban with those great poets like Idango or Thiruvalluvar. His literature is massive. It has 10,000 verses. Perhaps the largest literature in Tamil world. And it uses almost all words of Tamil. It is a torchbearer of all those poets who come after Kamban. And this great Kamban is a very great contribution for Tamil language. That we see. Edutacham in Malayalam is a very vital contribution for that language. You can't imagine a Hindi or Hindustani or Awadhi without Tulsidas. Ramcharitamanas has a matchless contribution in Hindi language. So, in all these languages you see Ram Katha, Maharashtra, Bhavarta Ramayana, Odia, Jagmohan Ramayana. I said about Kamban, 10,000 verses. It's equal to Valmiki in quantity. Valmiki has 24,000 or more than 20,000 verses. They all are couplets. Kamban's one is four-lined poems. So, in quantity, this and that are one. Almost. And the same quantity Ranganath Ramayana also has. It's very interesting. In Telugu, 20,000 verses are there in Ranganath Ramayana. Such a huge epic. You see, I can't even imagine. See, Greeks are very proud of their two epics, Iliad and Odyssey. Fine, let them be proud. In English, Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained. They are proud of that. But here in India, can we call only two epics are there? Ramayana and Mahabharata. Then Ramayana, which Ramayana? Is it Kamban's Ramayana which runs for 10,000 verses? Or 20,000 verses of Ranganath Ramayana? or 1 lakh verses of Balram Das. In Odia language, 1 lakh verses he wrote in the name of Ramayana. Massive, massive. And these literary works become vital contributions to the language. This is point number one. Different languages have Ramakatha. Point number two, these authors belong to different communities, different castes. It's not that only one caste wrote Ramayana. No. Kamban, for example, is a weaver. Kamban வீட்டு கட்டுத்தறியும் கவிபாடும். Ranganath Ramayana's author is Reddiyar, Muddagonna Reddy. Edutachan is a fisherman who wrote Ramayana in Malayalam. Balram Das is a carpenter. That's how it goes. Different communities have contributed. There is one Molla Ramayana. Molla is a Lingayat woman who wrote Ramayana in a beautiful way. As different communities, different castes, people wrote Ramayana. Different religions also. Ramayana is beyond caste. Ramayana is beyond religions. Ramayana is beyond languages. Different religions. We think that only Sanatana Dharma has Rama. But you see Rama in Buddhism also. There in Tripitaka, you have the wonderful story in Dasaratha Jatakam, the story of Rama. Tripitakam is not an ordinary text. Tripitakam is, as Sanatanis consider the Vedas as the most authentic one. The same status Tripitakam enjoys in Buddhism. In such a Tripitakam, probably the first text of Buddhism, there it is told that the very Buddha is narrating the story of Rama. Finally, Buddha proclaims to, in previous birth I was Rama. That's how he says that. And so Buddhists honor Rama as a Bodhisattva. Sanatanis honor Rama as an avatara. Jains honor Rama as a Shalaka Purusha. The one person who is celebrated as a Shalaka Purusha in Jainism, Avatara as in Hinduism, in Sanatana Dharma, Bodhisattva as in Buddhism, a great soul, a Mahapurusha in Sikhism. You see, in Sikhism also there is Ramayana. Not written by an ordinary man. Sikhism's one of the greatest gurus is Guru Govind Singh. Such a great soul wrote Ramakatha, Ramavatara Charitam. He felt that Ramayana is relevant to his time, therefore he wrote it. If Guru Govind Singh wrote Ramakatha, it is nearly equal to them, equal to Guru Granth Sahib. People honor it. Not only with Sikhs, you see Ramakatha among Bhais also. Bhais, Muslims. The largest Muslim population in the world is of Indonesia. Next to India, Ramayana is most celebrated in Indonesia. People love Ramayana like anything in Indonesia. Many Ramayana dramas, Ramayana literary works can be found in Indonesia. Ramayana's overseas journey, like Thailand, Indonesia, in several other countries, we see this Ramakatha. So, all these show that Ramayana is beyond space, time. Ramayana is beyond religions. Ramayana is beyond communities, caste and creed. And Ramayana is common in all languages. Why? Because Ramayana teaches us universal human values like truthfulness, honesty, chastity, all these great human values which are common in all communities of sapiens, in all communities of humans. That we can see in Ramakatha. That's a theme of Valmiki. That's how the very Ramayana starts. Konvasmin Sampratam Loke Gunavan. I long to know about a man who is crowned with all tall virtues. Dharmagyascha Kritagyascha, who is a knower of Dharma, who is a man of gratitude, who represents honesty, truthfulness, Satyavakyo, Dridavrata, who is highly principled. Charitrena Chapoito, who is a man of character and who is an aspirant of universal welfare, Sarvabhuteshu Kohitaha, who is wise, who is capable of doing the things. Vidwan Kaha Kasamartascha. These are all very universal questions. Atmavan Kaha Jitakroda, who has conquered his wrath and who is Atmavan, the realized soul. Anasuyika, who is devoid of jealousy. See, such kind of man has to be enjoyed. People need it. He has to be enjoyed, he has to be reflected, he has to be worshipped. People want it. Rama is people's hero. Therefore, throughout the world, we see people celebrating Ramachandra, and they are going to further celebrate in future too. As Valmiki, the first author, the original author, rightly says in his epic, Yavat stasyanti girayah saritascha mahitale tavat Ramayana katha lokeshu pracharishyati. The stream of Ramakatha, the stream of Ramayana will flow till the rivers will flow in the earth, till the mountains will exist. Stasyanti Girayaha Saritascha Mahitale. That's how Valmiki says. So may Ramayana be there in this earth forever and bless all of us with universal welfare.
Brilliant. It's very exhilarating. I think you used to say quite often there are multiple options we have. When you can choose to be in this profession or that profession, you can choose to work, not to work, etc. All these are options, but an obligation for any human being is to be good.
Yeah.
That is something which Rama always stands true, and he stood true in terms of time, in terms of space. Beautifully, you have laid out the way how universal values represent Rama and how Rama represents universal values. So it's been quite amazing. I think all questions we had, I think you have enlightened us with very, very deep answers, a lot of things for us to reflect upon, and very elaborately and very concisely, the way you always do it. So, dear readers, a heartfelt thanks to Dr. Ranganji for taking us through a journey of what is in store for us. Let us all wait with bated breath for December 27th for the grand launch of the book. I can't really wait to get my hands on the book and finish it in one go. It's 10 volumes. It's a mammoth task. It's a lot of research he has done, but I think we all owe it, because as Dr. Ranganji said, it's all universal human values, and it is our obligation to be good for mankind for times to come. So thank you one and all. Thanks Dr. Ranganji. Jai Sitaram. Namaste.
Jai Sitaram.
Vanakkam.